Welcome to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex and today I'm back with another batch of Switch eShop budget deals, and this week I'm going big at 20 games under $10 or your regional equivalent, and here I cover the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now you may ask why so many, and that is because this is one of the biggest sales I have seen, with over 2,000 games currently discounted and a whole lot of them at new low prices. I also have a winner to announce for a $10 eShop gift card later in the video and one more to give away. Now to enter, drop a comment down below and that winner they'll be announced in next Thursday's video. With that then, it's gonna be a long one today, so do get comfortable, but on the way, maybe consider hitting subscribe if you do enjoy the video. We are nearly at 55,000 subscribers, which is crazy to me, but every single subscription at this point helps and it is seriously appreciated. We're starting with Broforce. It's 80% off, which matches the low price, and this it is dumb, loud and shallow honestly, but you will have a blast playing it. Now it's a 2D side-scrolling run and gun experience that pulls many famous characters with tweaks to their name of course into one package. So think the Terminator, Robocop, Rambo, Braveheart, and there's a whole lot more on top of that. It is inspired by retro games, but here you save hostages and kill every enemy in sight. Now I wanted to give it a shout out today because years after release, it just received a free upgrade that is Broforce Forever, which adds 6 new playable characters, and they even added new features to the campaign, including new bonus levels and unlocks. This sale is in celebration of that, and this game it comes from Devolver. Slipstream is another retro-influenced experience, this time for race fans, and I was a big fan of this one. My review is in the pinned comment. Now it draws inspiration from classics, namely Outrun and Top Gear, but it features various locations, multiple cars, drifting mechanics, a rewind function, and slipstream abilities. There's not a huge amount of content honestly, but I did enjoy what was here. You know, there's a career mode, multiple race types, even local 4-player support. Unfortunately, the opponent AI, I will admit, can feel a little unfair at times, catching up with you near instantly, but there's no question it's fun and it's 65% off a new low price. A little quick self-promo then, consider checking out PlayStationCorner if you haven't already. We do a similar thing over there, and last week we had 2 deals videos, and then most recently I reviewed Atlas Fallen, a game that's kind of like God of War meets Monster Hunter. I'll be linking the channel down below. Soundfall is a rhythm-based dungeon crawler that surprise dropped during a direct with little fanfare, and it appears now disappeared into obscurity. It is so unique, however, that it deserves more attention, even if it does have its own kind of issues. And the overall idea here is it's a looter shooter with rhythm game mechanics, meaning for optimal power you must attack on the beat of the music. You'll find multiple characters, and it does have assists as well, such as a metronome if you do struggle with your rhythm. It also supports local and online co-op, and the story, we are transported to a mysterious world and we must defeat the forces of Discord so we can return home. The big problem with this game is it is kind of repetitive, but also the visuals, they can be a little bland. Check out my full review in the pinned comment, and it's 70% off a new low price. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy is a game I haven't picked up in a while, but I reviewed this on the channel, link that down below, and it's a cult classic 3D platformer that I really enjoyed. It's no question showing its age, but they did a real nice job of this HD upgrade, and I just really enjoyed the gameplay mechanics here. It's platforming, combat and puzzles, and they are so creative because you can crush and change the form of this mummy, but you will actually be jumping between the 2 characters. That said though, it's 70% off, matching the low price. I do think genre fans will really enjoy it, and it's actually coming up on 20 years since the original release. That's in a couple of months, and it's incredible how well it stood the test of time. I'd still love to see a reboot myself, but I don't see it happening. Immortals Fenyx Racing gets a new low price, 85% off. This is a steal for a game that I believe is underappreciated. I'd love a sequel myself, but it seems that's not going to happen. Now this, it is just the base game, but it also receives some incredibly creative DLC that introduced new characters and even gameplay mechanics and perspectives. It's like Breath of the Wild with a large location, tons of secrets to uncover, some fantastic traversal and mechanics including flight, and here we take on the role of a recently winged demigod out to help the Greek gods. Expect a whole lot of combat, and this was featured in a Zelda Likes video on the channel, which I will link down below. A shout out then to today's sponsor, RedDeerGames. They were kind enough to contact me and they invited me to tell you all about their latest Per Festival sale in celebration of International Cat Day, and here All games are at a steal of a price, just $1.99 USD or your regional equivalent. Now, I want to highlight a few favourites. Dive into Under Dungeon, a Zelda-like adventure featuring a killer cat delivering packages in dungeons, and it's got this kind of Game Boy influenced visuals. Maybe you want something a bit different. If so, Little Bug could be a good option. It's a platformer that takes you through neon lit nightmares, and you'll be leveraging what is essentially a grapple hook. Finally, She Wants Me Dead, and this is a strange one where your cat wants you dead, hence the title, but basically they set up an obstacle course for you to overcome, and it's full of all sorts of dangers. It appears they seem to have some sort of engineering degree. These are just a few of the highlights from the sale, and you can check out the full video that I did for this linked down below. Alternatively, head straight to the eShop and search for RedDeerGames, or visit RedDeerGames.com per festival. I've linked that down below as well. And again, a massive thank you to RedDeerGames for sponsoring today's video. Quake Remastered then, and I featured this last week, but I just want to highlight quickly Quake 2 surprise dropped on the Switch eShop, and Bethesda were kind enough to give me early access to it a week or so in advance, so check out my review in the pinned comment. Now, both of these games, incredible ports, and they should be in your library if you are a first-person shooter fan. This new Quake 2 even packs Quake 2 N64. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD then is not exactly a loved game, and I know it's one of the weakest entries for the series, but I generally enjoyed it, as you'll see in my review. Now, it was originally built for motion controls, but now we have a standard control scheme, and it is just so much better. Sadly though, they didn't remove things such as barriers, which were there to assist in the motion settings, so it is a little on the easy side. Now, boss encounters then on top of this are incredibly weak, but you should enjoy the levels between them. The remaster of the original two games is naturally the better option, but I think this is a great price here, 70% off, which is a new low price, and it still packs, you know, that monkey ball charm, which I can't resist. Super Meat Boy is here then with 67% off. Now, that matches the low price, but we haven't seen that since the end of 2022, so it's definitely been a little while. Now, this is one of the OG Twitch platformers, and it is one of the very best. It throws you into a world where everything is out to kill you, and you will need to bring your very best if you intend to overcome the packed-in challenge. The story, you're trying to save your girlfriend, Bandage Girl, from the evil Dr. Fetus. It's a modern classic. They've tried to recapture the magic since, but they haven't quite managed it. They had an auto-runner follow-up, as well as a puzzle game spin. Fight and Rage is an often overlooked beat-em-up that is incredible. In fact, it's one of the best genre entries on the system. It is back here, matching the low with 65% off, and I featured this on my best beat-em-up video around 18 months ago. Now, I know a lot has happened since then for the genre, so I will be updating that list in the coming week, but I have no doubt this game will still feature. Now, this game, it basically just channels its old school influences from the visual style to its controls, but then it throws in modern additions, multiple paths for multiple playthroughs, a healthy selection of characters, co-op play, a 1v1 fight mode, and even a parry system. In the story, we are battling against a mutant invasion, and you definitely shouldn't overlook this one. Road 96 matches the low with 70% off. I was a big fan of this narrative adventure, and you can see my review in the pinned comments. Here we exist in a world run by an oppressive government, and teenagers are constantly running away trying to make it for the border to escape. You will take on then the role of some of those teenagers, and some make it, others don't, but along this journey you'll be meeting a unique cast over and over. The only issue with this game is that some locations do suffer from frame rate issues, but I didn't feel it impacted my ability to enjoy the overall ride. Subnautica Below Zero at launch had crash issues, but it has since been patched. It now gets a new low price, 67% off. The first game is also on sale as well if you do want to head back to the beginning, but this, it's an underwater survival game that throws you onto the same alien world from the original while introducing a new frozen landscape to explore. It's basically the Arctic region this time around. Now, we need to uncover what happened to scientists who were working here, and at the same time, it's that same great, 360-degree movement, tons of things that can kill you, a fantastic resource gathering loop, and yeah, you just can't beat this game in my opinion. It's one of the best in the genre. I love personally just building up habitats, and it's going to be something you should make a priority of because you're going to need somewhere safe to stay. Inertial Drift is another option for race fans, also 67% off. That is a new low price. Now you will find my review for this one again in the pinned comment. This one, it's an arcade racer with a focus on drifting, and it has an incredible twin stick control scheme that I want to see leveraged in more games because it is so intuitive. Unfortunately, however, it's not all perfect. I didn't like the story. It's a group of racers that compete, but they couldn't be nicer to each other, going as far as congratulating their opponents when they do pass them. Also, you quickly uncover that competing cars are ghost cars, so you fly straight through them, which definitely impacts the tension. This all said, if you like time trials, this game is well worth it. Biped is 70% off, which is a new low price. This is high up on my favourite co-op experiences. In fact, featured it on my top co-op games video on the Switch. Be linking that down below alongside my dedicated review. But this one, it has a very Pixar-esque style to its design, and you play as robots out to help a planet by lighting beacons. The story is an afterthought, unfortunately, but the controls are unique. You control the legs independently, and it's particularly fun in local co-op, so think here almost twin stick controls. I also appreciate the fact that the single player and co-op campaigns, they are completely different. It may look cutesy too, but just be warned, it can be quite difficult at times. Black Future 88 is here, matching the low in 90% off. I think this is a great deal. It is a self-described synth-punk roguelike action shooter, and that genre description alone just completely sold me. The idea though, you are climbing a procedurally generated tower and you need to reach the top and kill the owner before your heart explodes. A little bit of crank in here for anyone that has seen that movie. Now it features 5 playable characters, that is co-op play as well, and then you can expect a healthy selection of weapons and traps to overcome the challenge. Definitely not an easy game, but roguelike fans, definitely give it a look. Trigger Witch will be for the twin stick shooter fans out there. I love the visual style of this one. It's got that 16-bit look to it all, but it's also just good fun as well. And don't let the cutesy almost visuals deceive you. There's a ton of blood in here. Now in this world, the witches, they've turned to firearms as their new way of life because their magic is now underpowered. So here, basically you're playing as a witch that is soon to graduate from the academy, but all of a sudden there is an invader that you must stop. It is over the top, as I said, tons of gore, there's a few puzzle moments as well, and it even has drop in and drop out play. It's 60% off, a new low price. Observer is a great choice for fans of cyberpunk, horror or sci-fi. Now set in Poland in 2084, the game throws you into a dark dystopian world where governments have fallen and corporations, they rule with an iron fist. Now you play as an observer serving these entities, but when your son goes missing, you embark on a personal mission without corporate authority. Using your hacking abilities, however, like diving into people's minds, you'll unravel the mystery of your son's disappearance. The game offers a small location, but they make the most of it, and this is first-person adventure at its finest. A slow burn as well as a quick warning, but it's then elevated by a Hollywood tier cast. Looks great on the Switch as well, and it's 80% off, matching the low price. Sort of the Vagrant then, and I picked this up on sale a couple of months back with 20% off. Didn't regret it, so this new lower 50% off in my opinion is a great deal. It is a 2D action RPG and we are battling through a mythical world to uncover the dark secrets of our bloodline and also to reunite our family. Now the journey takes you from coastal villages to haunted castles, and you'll face over 70 monsters with a hardcore combat style. There's also things like combo chains, special skills, and some fantastic boss encounters. It also puts a focus on crafting, which I'm always a fan of, and it has multiple endings as well, so there's plenty of reasons here to jump in for a few runs. If you're concerned about difficulty as well, just know it has 4 options to soften things up. Our winner of the week then is going to Julie, who had been waiting for another sale on Sparklite, so I'm happy to hear that video helped you out. Now congrats Julie, drop me an email to claim your $10 eShop gift card, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next week's video. Unsighted is up next. This matches the low with 50% off. This is a must-play title, and now here we take on the role of Alma, an automaton that awakens in the post-war ruins of Arcadia. Here, this world is fueled by a resource known as anima, but it is now dwindling. Now what does this mean? Our friends are being turned into mindless killing machines because of it. So here we'll explore, save our friends, and with each moment time is running out. These NPCs can absolutely turn on you. It's just got so much depth, this game. We can customize our loadout to suit our combat style, we can enhance our abilities through an upgrade tree, we can craft, and again, as I said, time impacting the outcome is such a unique spin. So who will you save and who will you drain of anima? That is really the big question. If you finish up the main game then, check out the additional modes next, That's going to be a challenge mode, boss rush mode, and dungeon mode. It can even be played in co-op. One Step from Eden is a fusion of strategic deck building, real-time action and roguelike elements. It also allows for solo or co-op play, features a unique combat system with real-time spell casting and movement, game-changing artifacts, and there's 200 spells and items to uncover. Even the levels here are procedurally generated. I would watch a full review of this game at first. There's a lot going on and I kind of wanted to demonstrate that here very quickly, hence almost a list of simple features. But this game, I want to shout it out because if you've ever played and enjoyed a Mega Man Battle and Network, this should be on your list because that was a major influence. 60% off matches the low price. Monaco Complete Edition is a game I haven't thought about for years, and with good reason. It released back in 2019. I did review it on the channel. I will link that down below, though I do hate to think about the quality of that video. But this was a genius game, and it's the first time it's been on sale since February of 2020, so that's over 3 years. It is great to see it getting the chance to bubble back up to the top of the eShop, because that many years now it is completely lost unless you know about it. It is overall a stealth game though that has you playing alone or in co-op for up to 4 players, and you'll be performing heists and robberies. There's going to be 8 characters to choose from, each with unique skills, and this complete edition then throws in tons of content as well, including a survival campaign, a zombie mode, and also a ultra difficult option as well. PC Gamer credited it as one of the best co-op games of all time, and it was so long I completely forgot about it on my own co-op list. This will for sure be on my next update. That's actually going to be in a few weeks because it's definitely a little overdue. And that is the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library? Let me know in the comments. A shout out then to the patrons and the channel members who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.